Well, our next guest, Nicki Jhabvala, who is covering the Commanders for The Athletic. And Nicki, good afternoon now. It's wonderful that I get to talk to you because when I last left these airwaves, you were covering the team and you're still doing it very well. Good afternoon. Good to talk to you again.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, hey, still on the beat.
Still on the beat.
Still doing that thing.
So Nicki tweeted a video with just Javon Kinlaw and a shocked emoji. And I've been scrubbing it back and forth, Nicki, for a while, and I'm not sure I understand what it is that warranted the emoji. What am I looking at here?
I mean, he threw a 300-pound man with one arm.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, with his left arm, his off arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Javon is just a massive.
He's a big man.
Being. Yeah.
So it's not the finger of shame; it's the finger of awesomeness. Even though he didn't get anywhere close to Tua, and the play went for positive yardage, he did what he could.
Yeah, he actually had a good game though. And generally, as you know, most people find me to be the optimistic one in the media room. So yeah, I'm glass half full. I'm joking. I'm usually the cynic.
This is great. Left hand, he throws. Who's 55 for the Dolphins? Because he just got wasted.
That's right there. One guy coming in, he threw the other guy with his left hand.
Then he takes a double team there. There's still a guy in the way. Tua was smart to get rid of it because Big 99 was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit of Jumpy Gathers type stuff.
Oh, Jumpy Gathers. Yeah. There's one for you right there. Nicki Jhabvala joining us on the Rude Guest Hotline. So let's go over some of the transactional stuff. New kicker, who dis? Jake Moody signed off the Bears practice squad, and Gay goes to San Fran. So sort of a swap.
What are they thinking in San Francisco?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they thinking here is also a fair question. You know, and he missed two kicks, and one of which could have been a game winner. I get it totally. I still think it's fair to question why you make this move now when you're 3-8. I don't know that that's necessarily gonna be the quick fix that you're looking for, and I don't know I don't think that was generally the intent. But it just does seem a little odd to make that move now, especially like Jake Moody. He was a 3rd-round pick in San Fran when Adam Peters was assistant general manager there. But they released him after the season opener last season. So yeah, we'll see. You hope he does well, right? Like you hope he's more consistent.
I just say they had to get rid of Gay though. Gay missed too many kicks.
Wasn't working. It wasn't working. But I didn't honestly. I mean, he had struggles early in the season to the point where we were asking, "Are you going to bring in some competition in camp?" I never fully understood the move to just move on from Zane Gonzalez. I know they wanted like a stronger leg, but Matt Gay was 3 of 9 from 50 yards out last season. He did have really good previous seasons, but last season he struggled too. So I didn't quite understand it fully, but I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing.
Maybe it's because it was a 1-year deal they signed him to, so they knew, Nicki, that this was going to be done anyway at the end of the year. They weren't going to put any more money into him.
They just signed Zane Gonzalez to a 1-year deal too.
You at that game, Nicki, and the defense seemed to have played better. Is Dan going to continue calling you suspect for the rest of the year? Because
I would think I would think it'd be very hard to go back to that. You have one really good game. I mean, to explain why you're going back to that, it just wouldn't make sense. And my guess is it would be too hard for players too. I mean, that's a lot of change in 2 weeks if you do that. So yeah, I would imagine they stick with that.
And like for me, like I watched that game, and so I saw him play better. And I know I saw the defense play better because I felt going into the game that Dan has a feel, a rhythm that he uses, just like most offensive coordinators do. And I don't think Joe had that at this point. I think he could develop it later on, and he doesn't have it right now. And when you watch the defensive play calls, he was like, he had them guessing. They were thinking about stuff. And I just think that experience that he has played better, and even the players played faster for some reason.
Yes, I agree totally. Or Dan described it as they played with more energy, but I would agree totally with that. It just seemed like they were more creative up front. They got more stunts and games going. They didn't, as you said, they didn't seem as predictable, and they were able to create more pressures, and they were able to rattle Tua quite a bit, force him out of the pocket and throw things that he probably shouldn't throw. So I thought they were way more effective. They still had some mistakes here and there, but they weren't these costly mistakes that, you know, it ended up costing them games. Like, they didn't give up a 40-yard completion for the first time since
Hallelujah.
week one.
Yeah.
We've come so far, guys. No, but they really did play well. They played really well. I mean, to have 2 goal line stops, they had 3 sacks in that game. So the change week over week from, you know, that Detroit game was pretty marked, I'd say.
Yeah. So what is the consensus guesstimate on the return of Daniels and McLaurin?
I don't know this for sure. I haven't heard anything differently up to this point. This is just purely speculation right now. I could see Terry and maybe even Noah Brown coming back very soon. We haven't gotten a real update on Jaden Daniels. I'm not sure he's fully healthy. I know they said 3 weeks, but that may not be the case. I mean, everybody heals differently, of course. So, you know, the question of will he return if he's healthy is always out there, but he's got to get healthy first,
right,
for that to even be a question. I'm not sure he's there yet.
Almost certainly not against Denver, correct? Almost certainly.
I would be surprised.
That's guesstimation. Yeah. And then McLaurin would be closer to 50-50? I
would say so at this point. I mean, he was out on the field just working with the athletic trainers. Noah was out there for a day too, and they looked to be moving pretty well. But, I mean, you know, again, I'm just, you know, a bystander watching from the stand, so I don't know the nuances of what they're looking for and how he felt the next day and so forth. So, but it does seem like they're both making progress, and if they can get one or both guys back, man, that'd be huge for that offense.
Nikki, I normally look at what you say, and I take a lot of what you say, you know, as facts. I know you don't put a lot of fluff out there and, you know, try to do the clickbait type thing. So I'm asking you this question. We have a little question we're probably thinking about a little bit later. What's most important next year, O-line or D-line? Which way would you go?
D-line. I thought their O-line, you know, they had some changes on the interior. I still think they can definitely improve there up front. I like their play on the edges for the most part. You know, just considering Josh Connerly is a rookie, I think he's moving in the right direction. I like what Laramie Tunsil did. If he can stay healthy and continue playing at that level, I thought the line was pretty good this season. The D line, though, they got to get a pass rusher. They got to get like two or three pass rushers.
2 or 3. Well, they don't grow on trees. The good ones don't.
Dorrance Armstrong had a heck of a season. Losing him was brutal. You can see that in the numbers. Just the pressure rate just tanked after he went out. But they didn't have a ton of depth to begin with, and I thought they still needed more. You know, I still think you need an elite pass rusher. I just, to have another threat on the edge, you know, it prevents offenses from just doubling up on guys and taking one of your star players out of the game. Like, you just need depth there. And you got to decide how, you know, what is the future for Daron Payne going forward? So, yeah, they have a lot of work to do on defense.
So I think getting to the NFC Championship game last year made this whole everybody change their direction. They were in a rebuild. They got close, and they went away from that. How do they get back to the rebuild? Because you can't come in with the 1-year deals anymore. It's now you got to say, okay, we are going to build this thing the proper way. They can't now say, well, last year was just, we're going to try to get some veteran players. They got to go with the more rebuild route to get this thing where they needed to be, right?
Yeah, no, totally. And I feel like, one, you got to get younger, but in doing that, I feel like you got to find a way to get some more picks. Because they're without their entire, I'm trying to look up the picks now.
They're minus the 2 and the 4.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he gave up a good amount for Marshawn. I agreed with the trade and still agree with the trade for Laramie Tunsil, even though there are a number of picks involved, because I mean, I will never understand why teams don't invest heavily in the offensive line, especially when you got a young quarterback. True. It's a necessity, and I like what Laramie Tunsil did, but you got to find a way to get more picks, I think. and really start to build up your young core. Because I think the biggest question still is who is the core of this team anymore? I mean, obviously Jaden Daniels, and then what? Like, who is the core? Is it, maybe Jordan McGee at linebacker, Trey Amos at corner? I mean, I don't know. John Bates as a blocking tight end.
Yeah.
Sam
Get Mikey
as
and Quan back on track.
If you can get them back on track, but after this season, I don't think you can definitively say they're part of the core, right? Like, they just haven't played to the level that you would expect after year one. And then on offense, like, who are your core pass catchers even? Who's your core back after this point? I think Bill has a lot of potential, but has he showed enough to be, your true star of the future?
I lean towards C-Rod more right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so it's like, who is the core? I feel like they have to be able to answer that question so you can move forward, so you can build around those guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nicki, we appreciate your time as always today, and it's good to talk to you again. And enjoy your bye weekend. Are you going to get some time off?
I don't really do time off.
You don't do bye weeks?
I don't really do that.
You grind through the bye.
I think Lil
respect that.
Lil man's probably saying, "Mommy, take some time off so I can see more of you."
Yeah.
Yes. We are gonna hit the playground hard this weekend. It's gonna be awesome.
There you go. Okay, get some playground reps.
What playground? Inside? Because it's gonna be cold outside.
Outside. Well, he's a grown man now. He can handle it.
Grown man?
How old?
He's almost 2 years old now.
See, 2-year-old son, and Nicki has him repping outdoors, old school style.
Listen,
she don't need no bubble.
You got to get those guaranteed contracts. They don't just, they're not just given. You got to earn it.
All right, Nicki, thank you so much as always.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
There you go. Nicki Jhabvala for The Athletic covering the Commanders.